With 28 Olympic medals, including a whopping 23 gold medals, Michael Phelps is definitely leading the pack when it comes to Olympic performance. And there is a lot that goes into somebody performing at this caliber, including your practice, the best equipment, coaches, nutrition, and so on. But there's one mental technique that he has been pretty vocal about that it's really helped him, and that is visualizing and planning for the D Day. And here are three ways in which you can emulate his techniques as well. Now, I'm not going to be telling you to take your cat mocks at your cat exam time or use a cat style notepad. If you've been watching this channel for long, then you should be already doing these. But here are three ways in which you can really up the ante. So what he does is visualizing what the day is going to look like. But you can take a step back and first off, just make sure that your environment simulates the cat environment. What do I mean by that? If you're taking your cat mocks in the comfort of your room with the door closed, no disturbance, then that needs to stop right away. Because a cat exam environment's not going to be like that. You will have people around you. Somebody could come to take a signature just when you start focusing on a hard RC. The person next to you could fidget or cough or stand up, and there will be disturbances. So how do you emulate that? Leave the comfort of your room and head to the nearest library or maybe even a cafe. Now we don't want something where music is pumping and a lot of people are shouting. This we don't want a food court sort of environment. But you want just the right amount of disturbance. Maybe some light music, maybe people in tables around you talking, or other students around you in the library with books who are studying. So something like that will be closer to the CAT exam environment. If you want to take it up a notch, this is what you do next. Now, what happens in the CAT exam? You go in, there'll be a long line, you'll finish off your biometric, and then you will get your seat. Does the exam start off then? Not even close. You are sitting there for at least 15-20 minutes, more likely 30 to 40 minutes if you've reached on time, which I would definitely recommend. And that is when sometimes panic can set in. You can look around and feel everybody around you is better prepared. You might try to remember formulae and maybe you don't remember one or two. Or maybe because of the long wait, you just start feeling a little sleepy and not at your best when the exam starts. So, this is also one thing that you can prepare for. Sit in a place with your laptop and your notepad and your pen, and that's all. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Stare at the laptop, do whatever you want to. You can write something down. I typically do that. I'll use some of this time to just write my name, my cat ID. I will write RC, summary, PJ, something like that, right? Just to stay focused. Figure out what works best for you. Start the mock only after this 30-minute timer is up. And then the last thing is something very similar to what Phelps does. Now, when he visualizes that entire day, he's also thinking of things which can go wrong. What if his swim goggles get loose while he's swimming, for example? These are things which you can prepare for. There can be minor technical issues, right? I've had times when keys have been stuck. We've had students where, their mouse has been changed. These are things which you need to be alert to. Make sure that, you are checking these before the exam itself so that if needed, they can change your hardware or maybe even change your seat. But also be prepared to take certain things in your stride. So I've had, for example, keys getting stuck where I'm trying to type in 100 for a theta question and it goes 10000. So I have to stay alert and, I have to delete stuff each time in a theta question. I want to make sure that I am taking that extra 1 or 2 seconds to check. So some of these you've got to be okay with. It could be, somebody around you fidgeting a little bit or somebody, coming for a signature right when you're focusing. So these are things that you have to be okay with. What are things that you need to be prepared for? Now, what if the section that you are really good at is going to be hard? Maybe you thought that, you're going to get 40 marks in the verbal front or maybe 30 in quant. What if that section is hard, right? How do you make up your marks in the other sections? Make sure that you're taking a lot of high quality mocks. You can check out ours so that you are prepared for all different scenarios. What if there is a new question type? That has happened so many times, particularly on the verbal front, right? Or something like, theta questions were brought in. So you need to be prepared for the unknown as well. You need to make sure that you are cool and collected. What if the DILR section is hard? What if you spend 10 minutes and you're not able to think of the approach to any of the 4 cases? Or maybe you started out with what you felt was an easy case. It's been about 10 minutes and now you realize that you're stuck and you have to have that discipline to leave this case and try to find another case. Now, here's something counterintuitive that could help you. So, what you can do is the next time you're taking a DLR sectional or maybe even in a mock, you can just let the timer run for 5 to 7 minutes and then start it. This is something which Vignesh has recommended to many of our students where stress is an issue or where they don't have this discipline. If you try it out in a couple of tests, then in the exam, you will definitely have the discipline to leave a hard RC or leave a hard case. And most of the times, you will also be able to collect yourself together. Even if nothing is striking you, you can just start with what you feel is the easy case. I link a video where I've spoken about which DILR cases are likely to be easy for you, so you can go through that after this. Now, these tips that I've given you are hard. Sitting there for 30 minutes with nothing to do, or maybe letting a timer run without even reading the cases. But if you can do this, then the stress will just roll off your back and you will actually have a great cat experience. And remember the best thing, unlike Michael Phelps, we don't need to be number one in the world. We just need to be in the top 10,000, 20,000, or maybe even 50,000. Confused? Isn't the 99 percentile only the top 1%? Check out this video where I break down the numbers for you.